Sagittarius. Okay, as I'm putting my set together. Hello, Sagittarius. I am super late with your June reading, but here it is. And we're going to look at Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, where we will do singles first and then relationship, partnership, situationships next. So first of all, we're going to look into single Sagittarius. If you are single and you are open to the possibility of love coming in, we're going to look at that here right now. Next, we will look at if you are in a relationship, partnership, situationship, what have you, and you are going through something, we will take a look at that. Cross-watchers, of course, are welcome. Feel free to switch that energy around as needed. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. Thank you all for your continued love and support. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that button. If you are already a subscriber, that notification bell will let you know every single time I come live, and I am called to bring you a live video. I'm doing live only from now on. The uploading takes a million years and the live is instant. So why not? Sagittarius, let's get started. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Be sure to check all of your other placements. If anything does not fit, please don't try to force it into your world. All readings could give you a pretty good depiction of what's going on for more clarity with the Sun card. More clarity through all placements. And this is going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for your natal birth chart. Okay, here we go. Singles. If you are a single Sagittarius looking or open to manifesting partnership, this is for you. What's that you position for Sagittarius? If you're interested in the personal reading, all that information is in the description box of this video, by the way. All right, King of Pentacles. This just came out for Scorpio. My goodness. Okay, you're open. You're open to it. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got that Emperor energy coming out here. I feel like when it comes to partnerships, relationships, commitment, it's been a bit of a headache for you in the past, but you're open to it. You're open to it if it is something that excites you, if it's something that can really hold your focus. But you're not just going to jump into anything here with that King of Pentacles. This is you very grounded, making some very solid decisions based on willingness to put in the work to figure out if somebody is worth the effort. Okay. Pentacles are about effort, putting that effort and that work and that long-term, very grounded, slow energy. Sagittarius being a fire sign, once their mind is made up on something and they start going for it, this is them really dedicated and committing to finding out more about this person, investing of themselves in this person. Once you decide on somebody, that is a worthy candidate, and you're willing to see where it goes. What crosses or complements? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Once you've set your sights on something, you're willing to see where it goes. Let's see. Crosses or complements? Sagittarius, open to relationships. Single Sagittarius, Eight of Cups. Okay, this is what crosses you. So I feel like you may not be as into the idea of settling down quite so quickly. You're more so into that long-term connection. This is not something that you're just going to kind of rush into about, getting super excited about, oh, I'm out dating for marriage. This is my intention. You're more so about just taking it slow. Deciding whether or not it's worth the investment, because this Eight of Cups is really leaving the emotion out of it. Honestly, it's leaving the emotion out of it, and it would take somebody very worthy, very inspiring, somebody who kind of gives you that spark of the want of forever. My good dear friend is a Gemini, and she is married to a Sagittarius. That's a very even match there. They're both very free-spirited, very fun-loving, very spontaneous, very in the moment. Both of them love the social scene. They love to be out and about. They're kind of all about that being a part of society type of energy with Gemini and Sagittarius. It's limelight type of connection. And this is nothing that involves emotion. It's not like an outpouring of love towards somebody. It's an excitement sort of thing. It's worth the investment. Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. What is the best that can be achieved for Sagittarius? Single Sagittarius. What's the best that can be achieved here? Let's give this a shuffle. What's the best that can be achieved? Got the Death card back here. What's the best that can be achieved? They wanted to be here. Three of Pentacles. Working well with one another. Look, you're not going to come into this with drama on the mind. You're not really looking for this overly compulsive, overly stimulating type of connection. You want it to just kind of make sense. You're not interested in all of the toxicities. You're not interested in, I mean, if you're going to go and be in a partnership with somebody and you're willing to make an effort to get into a partnership with somebody, this is not going to be something that's going to bring you more issues. You're not going to allow issues to come into your life. This is a complete refusal of anything toxic, overly compulsive addictions, this inability to maintain composure. You're all about that good time, but make it make sense. It doesn't need to be all out wild, right? You're all about having that good time, but it doesn't need to be over the top. It doesn't need to be outlandish. You're going to make it make sense. You can have a good time on your own, but if you're going to be in a partnership with somebody, it needs to make sense. Okay. Here you are, Sagittarius, showing up on the bottom here. So a partnership, a union, a connection. This is you really being very methodical before you ever invest of yourself in that committed sort of way. You could have people pulling on you in every direction, wanting you to be in a commitment and a connection. You may not be really that interested in what's available right now. That Three of Pentacles is a very slow energy of still waiting, still checking, still looking. Also allowing others to kind of watch you work. And by watching you work, it's about how you interact with people, how you allow connections to build. And it's on your terms here. King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. What's the foundation? Nine of Swords trying to come out. What's the foundation for single Sagittarius? Open to commitment, to connection. What's the foundation? It's here. Okay. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Boundaries up. You're not about that happy-go-lucky partial investment. You're not really interested in that. You'd rather go it alone than have to deal with somebody who's going to bring you more drama, more issues, more struggle. The Nine of Wands is someone who's been through it when it comes to commitment and when it comes to dedication, when it comes to giving of self. This is the wounded warrior. I have a really good comrade of mine that says the wounded healer. Sagittarius has that good time, that fun-loving energy. So people would tend to take advantage of that. I do see you remaining confident, remaining very confident in this approach of your boundaries being up no matter what. You're open, but you're not willing to just dive in wholeheartedly, right? You're not going to pinch your nose and run and jump in the deep end without checking to see where you're going first. Not again. Not ever again. Okay. Not anymore. Or never. You have never done that. You've never been the type of person who's just, kind of thrown your heart into the ring. No matter what. You've allowed chances to happen, but people have kind of taken advantage of that. Or you've been through some really dramatic partnerships. You probably are a very fun-loving, good time type of person. I've known a lot of Sagittarius that are kind of the life of the party and not very easy to obtain. They're very free-spirited. This is a very free-spirited type of energy because you're kind of, it's a happy-go-lucky. It's a happy-go-lucky, having a good time type of vibe. And this would attract in the wrong type of people if you're out in that way, and you allowing people to come in and giving them the benefit of the doubt has only caused you to feel very protected and very guarded and very slow to invest of yourself, very slow to invest of yourself. What's that past energy for Sagittarius singles? Two of Swords. Failing to see, yeah, failing to see clearly the type of connections that you are attracting in. The Queen of Swords is you finally realizing. So these are the antithesis of one another. The Two of Swords is blocked, blinded to the truth of who's coming forward and how and why. The Queen of Swords is a very wise, all-seeing, all-knowing, no-nonsense type of energy. They speak their truth. You may have in the past said very clearly that, this is what you're going to allow. This is what your boundaries are. This is what this is kind of what you're looking for when it comes to partnerships, connections, relationships, and you kind of know what you're not looking for. And you could have allowed, people with not the best intentions to try with you, because this is you out giving people chances and opportunities. The Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. Okay. Learning these lessons, being triggered to heal by people trying to get over on you, putting yourself out there. Yeah, I've got Sagittarius, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, Two of Wands. This is opportunities and options, and you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot based on what you've been through. You may have had some connections and partnerships that could have, if not gone all the way, pretty darn close. Because we have the king and the queen sitting out here. There's no major arcana out here, so I have a feeling there hasn't been that deep jump to the forever ever, especially with the first major arcana coming out is Temperance, about patience, balance, a very even keeled type of outlook when it comes to whatever attraction you're bringing in, whatever energy you're putting out there. This is that in and out type of receptivity based on the balanced approach of patience. Very tempered, very calm, but still, when we're out, when we're about, that socialization, you tend to attract in energies, vibes, people, opportunities. So this does not go without many lessons. Star card at the bottom, right? The life of the party. The life of the party. Whenever you're out there and you're attracting in, you bring in energy. Okay. Not all energy is good. We are tested constantly. We're given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And the more out there you are, the more opportunity you get to see how many different people are going through how many different things. And, everybody's got something. Everybody's got something. You spend enough time out there, you realize this. Have enough conversations with that many people. Everybody's got something going on. And the unhealed go out en masse. Healing takes hard work. Healing takes isolation. You know the difference. Okay, what's that outcome? What's that outcome? What's that future position for Sagittarius? Queen of Wands. Okay. Ooh. All right. So we've got the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands. Uh-oh. And there's that Lover's energy over here. So Three of Cups with the Hanged Man. Pisces energy, Gemini energy coming out. Again, earlier I had said that is a good match. You could be dealing with a Gemini. The Queen of Wands and the Eight uh, excuse me, the Nine of Wands, I believe, is also Sagittarius type energy. So we have you taking your time. You are still allowing opportunity to present itself, but you're definitely not interested in making any rash decisions or any quick decisions when it comes to your person, that forever ever, the one you choose to go all the way with. And this is like, you know, dating is all good and well, but when it comes to making a connection for life, you're really going to make sure that it's going to be worth the investment. Now, the Page and the Page of Cups coming forward to Kings and Queens, it's not an exact match. This could be an age difference. And this could cause for hesitation for some of you. For some of you, you could be very hesitant if there is a significant age difference. And this would take, a lot of conversation for you to really truly understand somebody inside out of who they truly are. The Three of Cups is about taking your time to build friendship through the energy of building this loving connection, because the Page of Cups is that flirtation. This is that development of feelings. This is that investment of self, of your time, of your emotional self in a very sweet way. But this Three of Cups is friendship. This is casual dating. This is taking your time and letting it build, because it's a big sacrifice. It's a big sacrifice, as you well know, to move from friends to I do. That's huge. It's a big, big, big leap. That's a huge leap. I feel like you're open. You're definitely open to receiving offers, to receiving attention for this right now. And I don't see where you're going to have a problem because of the fact that you are taking your time. You have a very no nonsense approach while still absorbing all of the energy and attention that it takes to be able to make sure you're checking the opportunities presented. When you're being faced with this many options, or you're putting yourself out there, I've got a pair of threes, getting together, really putting yourself out there in that public limelight, taking your time. And this doesn't necessarily mean like going out to the bars, the clubs, putting yourself on dating sites. This is about you going out and living in your highest vibration, doing everything that you love to do. This could be you, doing your hobbies. This could be you going out and taking classes, something as simple as that. You just happen to get attention where you're going. And this is allowing for you to be open to the possibility, but you're not rushing. There's no rush to this at all, because it's a major decision. And I believe your perspective on this is exact, about you really not being very interested in overly emotionally investing of yourself. You take your time. Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Six of Cups, King of Swords. Super no nonsense. Very balanced approach. Not overthinking it due to you being in a very peaceful state because of what you've been through, because of everything in your past that you've experienced so far. That's healed. That's healing. That's a very healthy approach. Very healthy approach. A very calm approach to deciding, from a very level-headed approach. Okay. We will look at Oracle. Let's see. I'm going to look at the Love Oracle because it's orange and red, and you're a fire sign, and I want to use to see what comes out for single Sag. Single Sag. Single Sag. What else do they need to know as they are open? I don't see anything bad. I just see you just kind of putting yourself out there. I don't see, the absolute one coming forward, but I do see opportunity for you to make a decision based on you being more open. You've got anxiety coming out. Ooh, don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. Don't overthink it. We got romantic feelings on the bottom. Don't overthink it. What does Sagittarius need to know? What else does single Sagittarius need to know? Yeah, you're just not interested in getting your heart broken. You are, if you've ever experienced pain, and I'm telling you, like, you would rather be single. You'd rather be single than go through any crap, any garbage, any drama, any toxicity, any stress. Like, you are perfectly happy being single. Perfectly happy being single. We do want to be careful to not overthink about what we've been through in the past and bringing that into current situations by casually or accidentally manifesting this into current situations. By thinking it and feeling it, you could attract in more lessons to make sure that you've got it. Right. A lot of people will say, I'm so sick of the lessons. I'm so sick of going through the same situations over and over again, because there is a lesson that you're failing to get. You will continue to repeat these lessons over and over again. And if you're sitting in fear of these heartbreaks, of this loss, of the despair coming in once again, and you standing on an island of saying, I'm going to be single for a very long time. Some of you may have resigned to the idea of being single for the rest of your lives. I have been there, trust me. This does project an energy of reclusivity, of isolation, of natural repellence to any type of attracting in of anybody on any level with you. Yeah, toxic attachments, addictions, you're not interested. Oh my gosh, you may have been through some crap. And I'm telling you, if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, you've experienced some kind of a loss, some kind of hurt, some kind of betrayal, something. You've dealt with somebody who has, some kind of issues. As I said, everybody's got something. Everybody's got something. And if you're out in that limelight, if you're out in that party scene, you could attract in those type of people. We've got breakup. You'd rather be single than have to go through something ever again. We've got fated meeting coming in. Between the lines. You felt in the past like sometimes when connections come in, this must be, kismet or meant to be. So you take a go at it, when in fact you could just be being dealt lessons so that you can really understand how it is to attract, what your vibration is when you're attracting in, how to keep that in check, how to recognize what vibration you're in when you're going out, and how you're bringing in these energies. That's deep. It's very deep to go to that level of your healing. But if you feel like you have gone through heartbreak over and over and over again, this is a lesson. There's something here. It's predetermined, meant to be. That's a fated meeting. These are lessons. They're meant to teach you, to help you to grow, to help you to evolve, so that when that person comes in, that is your match, your person, you'll be able to see them for exactly who they are. I've got storm warning, legal matters coming out. This is about making some sort of a major decision on somebody. I feel like With the storm warning, this is that drama, okay? This is that drama that we've got coming in. We've got date coming out. Hookup. Hookup had come out in the reverse. Regret and party. I had a feeling party was going to come out. There's something here about that party lifestyle and maybe attracting in the past. You could feel like you've gone about it all wrong in the past and you're trying to have some sort of a major awakening to date differently. This storm warning here is all of the obstacles that you've been through so far. So far, we've got heartbreak, breakup. We've got hookup. All with dating, all with partying, involving addictions, toxic attachments. Lots of regrets, lots of anxiety. And here you are, available, open, cautious, nervous, scared. There is an awakening here. There is an awakening that you're kind of figuring this out. You're kind of going at this. I got to tell you, the lessons over and over again, a lot of us will get tired of repeating. A lot of us will finally wake up to the fact that there is something here. So many people will, cast blame and look outward and try to assign and shift blame everywhere else around them. But there comes a point where you just kind of stop and you pull back and you say, okay, the common denominator here with issue after issue after issue, common denominator is my situation, me, what I'm putting myself into, the situations I allow to happen, the type of people I attract in, the scenarios in which you are putting yourself in this single person type of behavior, going to many parties, partying, right? Dating around a lot, attracting in over and over and over again, dealing with the drama, going back and forth with this. This awakening is on a spiritual level. It's on a spiritual level. These are old lessons. This is some sort of a rebirth through this epiphany of you just getting it. And then when you realize, okay, my vibration matters. Whatever my vibration is at is whatever I am attracting in, because that is universal law. It is universal law. I don't make this up. I've learned this by listening to other people who have listened to neuroscientists, doctors. I've gone and listened to them and heard this firsthand. It is actual fact. Whatever your vibration is at is what you attract in. So once you start realizing this and start getting really intentional about what you've been through and assigning it the correct meanings and then starting to do differently, advancing forward, this is your awakening. This is your upheaval. This is you completely changing your outlook on everything, and your connections start getting more intentional. You start manifesting and bringing in more intentional connections. We've got wedding, mystery, romantic feelings, right? There is this buildup of possible long-term connections based on better connections attracting in once you realize about the vibration that you're setting, the tone you're setting, the scenarios you're going and putting yourself into, being more cautious, being more conscious about your choices, being more intentional about your connections, and really taking your time to understand them before you go and invest everything you are and letting it reveal itself to you, whether or not it's worth you continuing the partnership, declining the partnership, keeping it at arm's length, assigning it the appropriate title, whatever it is. But that takes time. Okay. Wow. Okay. Same old, same old, same old, same old. All right, here we go. Let's look at partnerships, situationships, relationships with Sagittarius. If you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and you are in a relationship, a marriage, a partnership, a situationship, a relationship, a friendship, what is going on? What is going on with Sagittarius in a partnership? King of Swords coming out. Queen of Cups sideways. Interesting. Okay. So there is a potential for some emotional manipulation happening here. Let's see here. What's that you position? What's that you position for Sagittarius? That you position is, yep, drama. Infighting. Lots of drama, possible manipulation here happening. The 5 of Wands, here we go, 6 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups. So there's, your partnership, your relationship, your connection here is definitely having issue. I've got the 4, 5, and 6. So it's out of order. So we've got the 5, then we have the 6, then we have the 4, we have the 4. So there is this chaotic type of refusal for stability right now. There's a refusal for stability right now. Somebody here is not really interested in stopping and calming the drama. There is a call for calm. There's a call for peace, to focus on what needs to be dealt with for this connection. But I don't see there being a lot of focus here. Here's a third 4. 4, 4, 4. The foundation. The foundation is rocky at best. There's some kind of a lesson here that needs to be understood. Here you are, Sagittarius, coming out. Okay, 5 of Wands. What crosses or complements? Crosses or complements, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in a partnership. Ace of Cups wants to come out. Okay. Now, the Ace of Cups in a relationship reading, when I am asking about issues going on between you, the Ace of Cups is about a reboot. This is about a renewal, a new investment. Here's the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom. What crosses or complements? 10 of Wands. Okay. So somebody here is really pushing for the drama to stop, and to just kind of stop the fighting, stop the chaos, stop the need to consistently have this competition with one another and have a reboot. There's been a lot of effort being put in to fight this. 7 of Wands coming out. Lots of defensiveness, lots of arguing coming out here. What's the best that can be achieved in this situation? The Ace of Cups falling out is Spirit, I believe, with the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, all sitting out here. Yikes. All these sitting out here. Spirit, yes, Spirit is calling for a reboot. Put the weapons down. Just stop. Stop. Focus on the love. Focus on the love. Get calm. Get grounded. Focus on the love. Where did you guys begin? Okay, go back to that moment. Go back to that moment. Oh, okay. I will put the 7 of Wands back in. Let's see. So what's the best that can be achieved? What's the best that can be achieved? Crikey. Okay. King of Wands, 3 of Cups, right? That big, bold picture starting to get more friendly, calmer. Let's sit down and have a let's sit down and have a discussion. Let's call a truce. Let's call a truce. Let's go out. Yeah, calling a truce. Here's the final four. The Four of Swords. Oh my gosh. Five of Pentacles. Get back in there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Overcoming obstacles. Going forward, overcoming these obstacles. Here's the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Beautiful. Sagittarius. I love this. Spirit is calling on and has great courage and confidence in your ability to be able to overcome this, to be able to just stop the fighting, lay down the weapons. This weapon here is on the ground. It is firmly on the ground. This is saying, look, I want to have a calm discussion. I would like to discuss things. This Ace of Cups with the Three of Cups is a reboot about going back to a friendlier place, pulling out the competition, pulling out the fighting, pulling out the drama, and just being peaceful, being very focused on having a very founded conversation here. I love this. With the Three of Wands, Three of Cups, this is about moving forward, knowing that there has to be a better way to have resolution, to have conflict resolution. What's that foundation? Hello, King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Very grounded, very solid. Spirit is just saying, just lay down the weapons. This is a reboot. This is a call for a reboot for the both of you to just stop the fighting. Yes. Be more optimistic. Hello. Yes. This is the foundation. Having a more peaceful, calm energy. Very positive, optimistic outlook. Very spiritually guided here. This is your spirit team. This is your guardians asking and requesting for you to be more balanced. Things will solidify with your leadership. With your leadership, with you taking the initiative on this and just calling a truce, calling for a truce, getting to the bottom of things as I split to the Three of Swords. I have the Four of Cups as the next card underneath everything else. The Four of Cups is, kind of making a list. It's making a list and saying, look, this is what doesn't work. This is what does work. How can we meet in the middle? We've got the Full card trying to reverse. What's that past energy? What's that past energy? Bam. You guys may not have had the best problem-solving skills in the past. I do feel like there was this kind of every man for themselves when it comes to whatever you guys need to talk about, work out. You kind of have your own agenda when it comes to problem solving. Again, with a 7, 8, and a 9. 7, 8, 9. Earlier we had what was that? The 5, 6, 7. It's 5, 6, 7. Here we got the 7, 8, 9. So there's this kind of like this 2 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of momentum happening here. And in the past, you guys may not have had the best problem solving skills, and this puts you in this competitive, it puts your person in this and it's you against me. It's kind of you against me, you versus them, when it should be you and them. Okay, you versus them never works. It shouldn't be a fight. You shouldn't have to fight in love. You shouldn't have to fight for love. There should be no love lost when it comes to problem solving, when it comes to resolution. This needs to be from a very loving, respectful place. And in the past, it feels like things may not have been as such. Now, I'm not scared of the Tower. The Tower says, just let's tear down the way we did things before. It obviously doesn't work. It obviously doesn't sustain. So this is an opportunity to rebuild in a better way. You knew what doesn't work. Now it's time to figure out what does work and how do we reshape, reform, restructure what didn't work to make it go with what does work. Okay, if that makes sense. What's that future outcome? Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, Temperance. So again, it's about the balance of things. You know something needs to change and you're willing to put in the work and the effort, but it's a matter of you just kind of initiating it and getting it going. The stressful thing about all this is you know that this is going to take time to undo. This took time to get this in this place, and it's going to take time to get it out of this place. But there's a willingness here. There's a willingness here once you both decide to drop the weapons and have a reboot. This is just saying, look, I'm just going to start fresh. We're going to clear the table. We're going to start over from scratch and just kind of rebuild from what we know does work, and have a serious discussion about what doesn't work and how are we willing to compromise and working together to make these changes. It's not a light switch, okay? It's not a light switch, but it's an opportunity. This is an opportunity to finally get control over the stress and the anxiety by bringing great peace to a very stressful situation here, to finally having a very balanced, tempered approach, to finally be able to feel calm, to finally be able to calm these nerves once and for all, to put great focus and concentration to clearing up the confusion through clearer communication. Okay, I'm at it. When we get too far into defending ourselves, and this tends to be something that we settle into, you tend to kind of, relearn how to deal with somebody. There needs to be a reboot about scratching all of that. Kind of go back to base. Where were you when you first met? How were you then? How friendly were you? Was it more of a loving, kind exchange between one another? When did the competition start? When did the animosity come in? Kind of going back to base and figuring that out and going from there. Going back to base and figuring that out. The Hanged Man with the King of Cups, Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles, going back to base and figuring this out. Something here needs to be looked at from a different perspective. But both of these, man, these come out together all the time. I love that these come down together all the time. These are both about balance. No matter what emotions are happening all around you, all these emotions, you're still able to kind of figure things out. This is about looking at it from a different perspective, getting yourself out of the emotions, having these hard, tough conversations. It's having these hard, tough conversations, but from a very loving, compassionate, kind deliverance. There's nothing saying that you have to be ruthless, cold, or heartless when having these conversations. That's only going to lead to more of the same. In order to change the outcome, you have to be more protective over your emotional state. Being from a very spiritual place, not so much of an animosity for having to have this conversation or having to explain this person. Coming at this from a place of love is going to be better served to help you to lay down your weapons. Love doesn't fight. Love doesn't argue. Love is kind. Love is patient, right? So it's time to evoke that in order to receive what it is that you're after. Matched energy is a real thing. What is it? Someone's got to be the adult. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll look at beach time. So get this 5. There's 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Sagittarius in partnerships. What else do they need to know? What's that closing message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements? And again, if anything doesn't resonate, check your other placements. All right, what do Sagittarius placements need to know? One time through this deck. A lot. You need to know a lot. Okay. Not much else. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so okay. Yow. So we've got twin flames coming out. So this is your connection. You guys complement each other. This is a really beautiful union. Great balance is being called from this partnership, this connection. Seduction, Cupid's arrow. Have faith that love is coming. I feel like with seduction out here, this is, dating, flirting. Like I said, this is a reboot. This is getting back to base, going back to the beginning, really focusing on the oneness, the connection, the beauty of your partnership, and not so much about the fight. The fight is a moment in time. The partnership is chapters and major portions of the novel of you. The fight is paragraphs, sentences. These can't be the all-inclusive totality of what your connection is. You guys have got to get back to base to figure out what this union started out as. Where did you kind of slip, and how do we get back to base? Where can we start to kind of find that love again so that we can meet in the middle to be able to discuss things, to talk things out, girl talk, right? Having this closure, learning things, going back to having fun with one another, talking through. I've got keys on a ring. This is some decisions that you're having to make. It could be some unconventional decisions. Whenever we're being asked to kind of throw out the fight and go back to base, this is really pushing you to kind of let go of the stinging words, if any have been said. The cuts, the hits below the belt, all of these things that get you into this, defensive energy. You've got to kind of throw that out. You've really got to kind of throw that out whenever you're wanting to work through an issue. And if everybody's receptive to that and everybody's meeting on that level, there is a possibility for this relationship to evolve into the next phase. There's a real potential here for you guys to progress forward. There's time that needs to be invested in this. And it takes time. This takes time. This takes time to progress forward. There are some big decisions to be made. Are you in or are you out? Is your person willing to meet you on this level, or are things far too gone, right? This is a heavy conversation that needs to be had. But the base of laying down the weapons and having a reboot will lessen the tension so that you can really have the clarity to be able to understand where do we go from here. Okay. This is about you being able to move on from the fight, to be able to talk things out. There are many, many things that need to be discussed. We've got self-indulgence, mask, the snake. You may not want to dive into every single thing today, but this is about you guys initiating the want to figure it out. Stop the fighting, start the talking. I heard before that when you're fighting with somebody and you're arguing and you're yelling, it's because your hearts are so far apart. When you decide to lay down the weapons and have these conversations and to just talk things out, things become a lot softer and you're able to hear them easier when the tone softens. And when you're able to be more receptive to a softer tone. But this takes somebody just initially laying down the weapons and saying, okay, I'll be the adult. I'll be the adult. I'll lay down my weapons first so that we can have this tough conversation. This tough conversation and figure out if this is something that we can get over. Can we get over this? Can we work through our issues? Or are we better off moving away from this, moving on? Okay. Not everybody will be able to work things through. Not everybody is a tuck tail and run type of situation. Just depends on you. Depends on your situation. Always. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, I feel like those were your messages. If you feel like you need a personal reading, that information is in the description box of this video. Also, I go live all the time. You can get a heavily discounted rate on my readings when I go live. Be sure and hit that subscription button, the notification bell if you haven't already. Also, I'm live on other platforms as well, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All of that is in the description box of this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this resonated. And again, if anything did not fit with your situation, be sure to check your other placements as well. I will see y'all very soon. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I have technical difficulties after technical difficulties after technical difficulties, but all of that is coming to an end very soon. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We're working it through. I'll become more available. I got a schedule coming up soon. More security coming in from yours truly. Until next time, I'm wishing you all the love, all the abundance, all the positive vibes you can possibly stand. Take care. See you soon. Bye.